Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to talk about this really cool gadget that I didn't discover it. It was referred to me by Cesar Soto of Ministry. Now that I have it, I just have to talk about it. I know it's been longer than usual since we've uploaded a video. We've just had a lot going on. If you guys remember a few videos back, Adrian had asked me if I'd be willing to do a hardcore project with him, and I said yes. Well, I've kind of dived headfirst into that project. It's taken up a lot of my time in regards to, writing the music, recording the music, putting it out there. Right now, if you guys saw our last video, we did the video for our first official release. It's called Silence the Mute. Really fun song to write, really fun video to shoot. We're actually gonna do a behind the scenes video. In addition to that, I decided to invest in my own record label. A few years back, I invested in this thing that some of you might know. It's called Bitcoin. It's a cryptocurrency. And I made a decent amount of money, and I've always wanted to invest in something, in some sort of business, in addition to all the other billion things that I do. It's something that I wanted to use for something that I'm really truly passionate about. My dream has always been to own my own record label, and that's slowly becoming a reality. Nevermore Records is pretty much open for business, and we're gonna be looking for artists and bands, and so you're gonna want to stay tuned for that, because I'm gonna be doing a video talking a little bit more about the record label and talking about how you can get your music to us, because first thing on the agenda is we need to sign somebody. So look out for that video. Cesar Soto Ministry and we talk gear, we talk music. Somehow it came up when we were kind of just going back and forth about our studios. He mentioned to me this little microtube pedal that he had used in the studio for bass. Decided to do a Google search, looked it up. After the first 2 minutes of the first video, I was hooked. I was like, I need to buy this thing. $399 later, I have it, and I've used it to record the bass lines on our next single for Texas Cutthroat that should be coming out here in about a week or two. And I love it. It has changed everything for me when it comes to recording bass in the studio. See, there's a lot of different ways to record bass. You can set up amps, but you've got to have good amps, you've got to have good mics, you've got to have good mic placement, you've got to have a good room, or you can go direct and then you can add in plugins. There's so many different ways. This has just kind of made my life simpler, but at the same time better. What I get out of this pedal is exactly what I've always been looking for. I didn't want to really review it, I just wanted to talk about it, because if you're a bass player out there, it's something I would highly recommend looking into purchasing. Of course, I purchased it from American Musical, purchased a lot of things from American Musical. Matter of fact, we'll be doing more reviews over some really cool things that I just got recently. When I watch videos, people talk, and I'm like, I just want to hear it. So this is a Ibanez 5-string, one of my favorite basses to use in the studio. I'm gonna be using this today. It's not my favorite bass, but I like using it. I'm gonna show you what this bass sounds like going direct. I do have a compressor and I have like 2 compressors on it. Nothing really affecting the tone. Then I'm gonna put on the B7K and let you see just how cool it sounds. Plain, boring. I love writing electronic music, and obviously with Texas Cutthroat, I love writing heavy music. For both, I love using distorted basses. My distorted basses differ between the 2 types of music, but when I'm writing heavy music, I just want a dirty, gritty sound. When I think about bass tones, I often think about the old band Anthrax. I just always loved that bass tone. Other bands have similarly used kind of that slightly distorted tone, but I wanted to take it up a notch with our music. I didn't want it to be slightly distorted. I wanted it to be just dirty sounding, and I think I achieved that with this pedal. So this is just direct. This is with the pedal. So now let's get into the tone that I really love. Just hear how messy that sounds? There's a static there. Yeah, I know that can be a pain, but you can solve that in post-production. Listen to that. Speaking of Anthrax, I love it. What's cool about it is that it comes with software, and the software allows you to choose different preset impulses that make for a different tone for the bass depending on what you select. Of course, on the pedal itself, you know, I've EQ'd and done things to get it to my liking. The impulse is different based on the setting. It's a tool that can definitely be used in the studio. With technology now, there's always things that you can use to just make recording so much easier, and I'm all about convenience and taking advantage of that. Another cool thing about this is that not only is it good for the studio, it's also can be hooked up to your live rig. Whatever tone you get in the studio, you can match that tone perfectly live as well. What I've been showing you, it sounds great, right? But that's without the cab simulator. That's just going direct through the pedal itself. To me, it sounds great already, right? But I saved the best part for last. Now it's time to do the simulator and show you what it sounds like with different impulses. This is before. Now this is with the cab simulator. I can change the impulse now. Again, I'm just playing random stuff. I just want you to hear the tone. And this is not all of them. All right, you get the point. This pedal, guys, has been life-changing in terms of recording bass in the studio. I know $399 seems a little pricey to some people, especially if you're on a budget, but in my opinion, it's worth the cost, especially if you're gonna be recording that type of music in the studio. And it can work for any type of music because I have it like dirty and gritty sounding. You can put a light fuzz on there. You can just manipulate it in so many ways with the controls. Just there's so much you can do. And then you can use it live. How great is that? I buy everything I get from American Musical, with the exception of some guitars. I go to Guitar Center for that. I highly recommend this guy. And Caesar, if you're watching, thanks. This has been one of the best buys this year. Darkglass Electronics. Man, you guys, you have me sold. I can't wait to buy more stuff from you guys. I hope you found this video to be valuable. There's a bunch of other videos on there that get more in depth and review it. Be on the lookout, guys. We have a bunch of videos coming up. We've got a giveaway coming up. We've got a guitar sitting in the garage in the box with an amp. It's like a starter guitar, just sitting there waiting for us to hit 500 subscribers. So share, guys. If you share our stuff, we're gonna do the giveaway. I've actually been in talks with Guitar Center about going and letting us film in Guitar Center so we can actually show you guys. We're gonna go out and buy another guitar that's not a beginner guitar, that's something that's better, and we can film it, but we gotta get permission to film apparently. If you're in a band, if you're an artist and you want to find out how to get signed to Nevermore Records, you can start by liking our page on Facebook, on Instagram, and we're gonna be getting information out there on how you can start submitting your music, because we will be signing at least one artist real soon. Listen to Texas Cutthroat, watch our videos. The last video that we posted, we're on everything. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, you name it. We've got our second release coming up very, very, very shortly. We're on Instagram. Follow us, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.